Guys, the Premier League action will be back this weekend and it is the last before the international break. So let's quickly take a look at how the England Big Six will fare before this international break. When I say England Big Six, you know I'm talking about teams like Manchester City, Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham and Chelsea. So first match of the weekend will be the match between Chelsea and Fulham. It's at Stamford Bridge. Looking at this game, Chelsea won their last game though against weaker opponent, much weaker than Fulham United, and Fulham drew their game last week against Manchester United. But looking at this, it's Chelsea we are talking about. Take nothing away from it. Fulham may appear to be a strong side, not that strong, but a bit strong. And looking at the fact that Fulham drew against Manchester United, Manchester United is not in their right form or in their best form at the moment. So looking at this team, looking at the quality of the two teams, you find it very difficult to see anywhere you can give Fulham a chance of winning this game against Chelsea, coupled with the fact that they are going to Stamford Bridge. So forget about the fact that they beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge last season. We all know the form of Chelsea last season at that stage is not the same as the form of Chelsea right now at this stage. So I expect all 3 points from Chelsea in this particular game against Fulham United. The second game is Manchester United against Burnley, still on Saturday by 3 p.m. And you know, looking at this game, it's very difficult for anybody to predict Manchester United these days. Like their form is something ve- they are in terrible form, as in like very deep form. I don't know if you are getting me. You can see they just got knocked out of the EFL Cup by Grimsby, a Division 4 team. So it will for you not giving a ball a chance in this game is quite a risky one. But nevertheless, forget about the fact that they knocked Manchester United out of the EFL Cup by a Division 4 team. This is Premier League and it's Manchester United that we are talking about. And they are at Old Trafford though. So I expect all 3 points. Burnley is a relegation team. They just came back from the relegation recently. So I expect all 3 points from Manchester United. Looking at the squad that they have, like you cannot have Sesko at the middle, Mbeumo and Cunha by the side or at number 10 position, and you are expecting and you cannot get a win or a goal against this Burnley team. It's not something that is reasonable now. So I expect, like, where do you start from? Like, what Manchester United is actually lacking right now is, I think, team play. They have the individual qualities, but the team play, I don't know if it's down to the manager only or it's just the squad. Because if you ask me, I don't think actually that it's down to the manager only. The squad has a role to play and they have their own share of blame. Bigger portion, if I am not mistaken. Because against Grimsby, you don't expect me that a team like Manchester United needs a coach to even win this Grimsby town. You don't need a coach. As a Manchester United that you are, you don't even need a coach. Sometimes when your coach is being sent off or is on a red card, teams win such games without their manager. Teams win games without their manager. You are playing against Grimsby, you are looking for a coach or you are waiting for your coach to tell you what to do before you can be able to beat Grimsby, a Division 2, a Division 4 team in England. It doesn't make sense. The players have a lot to do on their own part, not only Ruben Amorim. So, but nevertheless, all 3 points for Manchester United for this particular fixture will not be a surprise, and it is not a big thing for them to do. So the next one is Bournemouth against Tottenham against Bournemouth. This time around, Tottenham is at home. Last weekend, we all know what happened. They shocked everybody by beating Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium 2 goals to nothing. Like Manchester City could not score even a single goal. But football can be unpredictable sometimes, just as it were last weekend. That doesn't mean you can just write off Bournemouth completely for this game. It's not possible. We all know how strong, how difficult this Bournemouth side can be. They almost shocked Liverpool at the first match of the season. So I expect a big fight. It's going to be a tough one between Tottenham and Bournemouth. In fact, I'm looking at it as a draw. Like, yeah, I'm looking at it as a 2-2 draw. I don't see it. It's a very tight and difficult game for both of them. So let's see how it's going to fare at the end of 90 minutes. And the next one is Brighton against Manchester City. Manchester City away to Brighton. I don't know. Normally, Manchester City don't start well. That is just the fact. That's how it has been for a couple of seasons now. So this season is not quite surprising to me. But this Brighton is a strong side though. It's a very strong side. And looking at the fact that they are at home, I expect it to be very difficult for Manchester City. Maybe like a narrow win for Manchester City it could be, but like I expect more of a draw in this game. But if there's actually going to be a win from any side, it's going to tilt to the side of Manchester City, having lost their last week game. I don't expect Manchester City to want to lose a back-to-back Premier League match at this stage. So I expect it either a win or a draw for Manchester City in this game against Brighton and Hove Albion. The last but not the least, the toughest match of the weekend that everybody is waiting and hoping and looking forward to watch is Liverpool Arsenal. This match, these two teams are balanced though, but where there are some certain places that Liverpool has an edge over Arsenal and some certain places that Arsenal has an edge over Liverpool. This is why I say this game is balanced, because at the defense line, we all know Arsenal has the best defense in Premier League currently as we speak. But that of Liverpool is a bit shaky. Van Dijk is not that Van Dijk that we knew many seasons ago. And Konate is quite not in his best form at the moment. We saw what happened against was it not Newcastle United, a narrow win for Liverpool last weekend, just and they managed to escape. We saw how the mistakes that Konate was making at the back line. So at the defensive area, I feel like Arsenal has an edge over Liverpool in this game. But coming to the midfield, I feel like Liverpool is going to dominate that midfield because they quite have the quality, the talent, and the personnel to burst that midfield against each other on Sunday. So that's where at the front line also, based on Arsenal's current injury problem, I feel like Liverpool has an edge over Arsenal at the front line because looking at Hugo Ekitike, he doesn't look like a player who is dropping form or who is not capable of scoring goals. But for Gyökeres, it seems he's finding it difficult to be consistent in his scoring at the Emirates at this Arsenal team. He's finding it difficult to be. Yes, I know he scored 2 goals last game against Leeds United, but for us to be frank and sincere to ourselves, Gyökeres is not that consistent in scoring in this Arsenal team than Hugo Ekitike. Yeah, so I think coupled with the Salah injury and Odegaard's injury, I think Liverpool has an edge over them, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be a tough game. I expect a draw from this game though. Yeah, I expect it to be a draw because it's going to be tough. Like none of these sides will be willing to give it up for for the other. So I expect it to be a draw. So guys, that's all the actions we are expecting from the Premier League Big Six this weekend. After which is going to be the international break. I will be looking forward to see our players on international duty and know how they perform there.